Quick stretch, little snack, and here we go.
When it was released in 2020, Sonic the Hedgehog earned the distinction of being one of the few actually good video game movies, but it certainly wasn't reinventing the wheel. Instead, it harkened back to an era when kids' movies were decidedly for kids and unapologetically unpretentious. And if you were into that, like I was, then you can rest assured that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 brings more of that exact same energy. A lot more. For better or worse, this sequel feels bigger in every way. It does bite off a bit more than it can chew, but for the most part, it's just as funny, charming, and heartfelt as the first movie.
Sorry, who are you?
Name's Tails.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Step 1, light taunting. Step 2, I have no idea.
There are several aspects in which this sequel improves upon its predecessor, in particular, how much more of Sega's Sonic universe feels baked into it. Of course, this is inherent just in the fact that famous characters Tails and Knuckles are joining the blue blur in this go-around, and whenever the three critters are on screen together, it's a blast.
Hope I'm not too late.
Longtime Tails voice actor Colleen O'Shaughnessy reprises the role for the big screen here, which was a smart choice. She brings all the sweetness and earnestness that the adorable fox needs. Tails' relationship with Sonic, who's again voiced by Ben Schwartz, which remains great casting, is an emotional highlight as well, and allows the Hedgehog some admirable character development. The sequel really leans into the fact that this superpowered mammal is still just a kid, and it's all the better for it, with some satisfying growth from the speedy blue hero. As for our other furry friend, Idris Elba steps into the shoes of Knuckles, and yeah, of course it's awesome. Is anyone surprised? He brings a certain gravitas to the role, but also gets some of the funniest lines in the movie as the hilarious self-serious echidna. He and Jim Carrey's Dr. Robotnik are perfect foils for each other as entertainingly mismatched allies.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Speaking of which, if this really is Carrey's last role before retiring from acting, then it feels fitting that it's possibly the most Jim Carrey of all Jim Carrey performances. He goes even bigger as Robotnik continues to lose his marbles and manages to be appropriately menacing at times too. It's Carrey at his over-the-top best. The humans aside from Robotnik, however, don't fare as well. Sonic the Hedgehog 2's biggest flaw is that it doesn't quite know how to juggle the characters and storyline from the previous movie gracefully as it ushers in its new players. Without getting into too many plot details, it begins by whisking Tom and Maddie to Hawaii, and every time we cut to them and their human drama, the film loses steam. It's natural that they wouldn't just want to kick Sonic's adoptive parents to the curb, that would be even worse, but their story feels shoehorned in a way that halts the momentum rather than builds on it. The silver lining is that Natasha Rothwell, as Maddie's sister Rachel, gets a few very funny moments to shine in these scenes. It's also indicative of Sonic the Hedgehog 2's other big issue, its length. At 2 hours, it clocks in at 20 minutes longer than its predecessor, which feels wholly unnecessary. It's such a blast in the first half as it moves briskly with colorful action, but starts to overstay its welcome in the second half. Still, the overall heart of its message largely makes up for its shortcomings. Yes, we've seen the power of friendship theme over and over again in kids' movies, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2 really makes it work, especially in its warm, sincere, and well-earned conclusion. This franchise is still finding its footing, but it continues to move in the right direction.
You're never going to get my power.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 improves upon its predecessor in many ways, while falling short in a few others. It feels more attuned to Sonic lore than ever before, and Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are a ton of fun together, as is Jim Carrey's wonderfully over-the-top reprisal of Dr. Robotnik. However, it doesn't quite know how to make its other human characters work, and is definitely longer than it needs to be. Still, it's overall a sweet, funny, action-packed ride that fully embraces its video game roots.
Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles.
For more Sonic the Hedgehog 2, watch the cast break down the details that fans of the game will love. And for everything else, stick with IGN.